Hi Year 3, this is your Thursday comprehension lesson, and today we are looking at a slightly different text to normal. So we have been going through quite a lot of different non-fiction texts, and we're going to have a look at something slightly different today, and it's on Microsoft Word. It was sent out to you earlier on in the week, so hopefully you've seen a copy of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it together and go through the questions together as well. So just going to zoom out a little bit for you, and hopefully you'll still be able to see this. Oh, that was too far. Okay. So we're just going to focus on the first page, which is over here on the left-hand side, first of all. And it's called Spice Island Biscuits. Now I'm just going to move it down a little bit, and I'd like you to pause the video and have a read of the text. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit more. Pause the video and have a read of the yellow backgrounded text. And that's the text we're focusing on today. So have a read of it by yourself first, and then I'll read it with you in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you've managed to have a chance to read that. There are a few tricky words in there. I'm going to read it now with you. So I'm going to zoom in. Let's go through it together. Spice Island Biscuits. Ingredients. 175 G. Now G there stands for grams. 175 grams of lightly salted butter. 100 grams of soft dark brown sugar. 1 egg yolk. The yolk is the dark yellow bit of an egg. Half a teaspoon, that is teaspoon there, TSP is short for teaspoon, of vanilla essence. 210 grams of plain flour. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 3 teaspoons of mixed spice, and 80 grams of crystallized ginger. It's a tricky word. We know crystal, that word there, and it just adds crystallized ginger. Method. So method is what you need to do. Number 1, preheat the oven to 180, and this is here, it says degrees Celsius or 160 degrees Celsius for a fan oven. Soften the butter in the microwave. Use a low power setting. Cream the butter and sugar in a large bowl. Add the egg yolk and vanilla essence. Number 4, mix together the flour, cinnamon, and mixed spice in a separate bowl. 5, chop the crystallized ginger and then add to the dry ingredients. 6, add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients gradually, mixing well. 7, line a baking tray with greaseproof paper. 8, place spoonfuls of the dough on the baking tray. Use a wet fork to press each spoonful into a rough biscuit shape. 9, cook for between 10 and 14 minutes. 10, leave the biscuits on a wire rack to cool. So that is our text. I'm just going to ask you for a minute, what type of text is this? We're going to focus on this in a minute in our questions. What is it? What is it? Is it a story? Is it an explanation text? Is it an chronological report? What is it? Okay, if you said recipe, fantastic. It is a recipe for Spice Island biscuits. It is how you make them. So we've got our ingredients, we've got our method for how to make them, and they are in a certain order. They are in chronological order. Because if you do, for example, if you decide to cook for between 10 and 14 minutes before you even made the mixture, it's never going to work. It has to be in that order. Okay, let's have a look at the questions today. Now, I've already answered question 1 with the question I just asked you. What type of text is this? Tick 1, an explanation, a recipe, an instruction, an article. Now the answer is a recipe. I've already told you that. But now, interestingly, in an instruction, it is a list of instructions for what you need to do. But it's not an instruction, it's not a single instruction, it's a list of instructions. And because this is making something to eat, it ends up being called a recipe. So well done if you got that, even though I did help you with that one. Okay, question 2. Choose the best word to finish the sentence. Ingredients, which is in bold, and that's what it was in the text, we'll have a look at it in a minute, is a what? Is it a title, a caption, a label, or a heading? Now let's go back up to our text. Ingredients, that says that here. In this text, in our recipe, ingredients, is ingredients a title, a caption, a label, or a heading? I'd like you to pause the video and write down your answer. Okay, hopefully you've got your answer. The answer is a heading. Now, it's not a title because the title was right at the top. Our title was Spice Island Biscuits. So it's not the title. It's not a caption. A caption, if you guys can remember, it's the sentence that goes underneath a picture and tells you what is in the picture. It's not a label. It's not labeling what a picture is or what part of something is. It is a heading. It is like the subheading for that section of the ingredients. And the method is also a subheading. I don't know if you got that one right. If you didn't get it right, don't worry. Okay, interesting. What is crystallized ginger? Choose the best answer and tick one. Now this one is quite tricky because if you don't know what crystallized ginger is, it's a little bit tricky, but the clue is in what you're making. You're making biscuits. Now thinking about that, biscuits are sweet. So the options for this are frozen ginger, sugared ginger, salted ginger, or dried ginger. Can you have a think of which one you think it could be if you're making a sweet biscuit? Okay. Hopefully you've got sugared ginger as your answer. If it's sugared, it's going to be sweet. That's quite a tricky question actually, but sugared is the right answer. Question 4. How much vanilla essence do you need? Choose the best answer. Tick one. Now I helped you with this because it said TSP. Can you remember what TSP stands for? Hopefully you can. It stands for teaspoon. So we know it's either half a teaspoon or one or two teaspoons. Let's have a look at the recipe. Ingredients. And it says how much vanilla essence. So vanilla essence, it says here, half, that's our fraction there, a teaspoon. So you need to tick that one. It's half a teaspoon. Well done if you got that one right. Okay, question 5. Look at the first word of every numbered step. What type of word is it? Choose the best answer. Is it an adjective, a noun, a command word, or an adverb? Let's have a look at the first word of every numbered step. Preheat, soften, cream, mix, chop, add, line, place, cook, leave. What type of words are all of they? Have a think of what these words mean. What is an adjective? Are those words examples of an adjective? What is a noun? A command word? An adverb? Think of what those words mean and are those words examples of that? Have a think, pause the video and choose the one that you think is best. Okay, so an adjective is a describing word. For example, scary, stripy, pink, they are adjectives. A noun is a thing. So a laptop is a noun, a football is a noun, a pencil is a noun. A command word or a bossy verb or an imperative verb, which things you might have heard of before, is something that's telling you to do something. So I might say, put your pencil down. Put is my command word, my imperative, my bossy verb. I'm telling you to do it. And an adverb, it describes the verb. So for example, if my verb was to swim, my adverb could be quickly. I swim quickly. Quickly is my adverb. They normally, not always, normally end in ly. So knowing those 4, what do my sentences begin with? Preheat the oven. Soften the butter. Cream the butter. Mix together the flour. They are telling you to do something. So hopefully you've chosen for that one a command word. Another way of saying a bossy verb or an imperative. So well done if you got that one right. Question 6. Why has the writer used this type of word for the first word of every numbered step? Now, I don't think you need help with this one because I think I've already told you the answer. Why did each sentence start with a command word? Is it to tell the reader what to do, to help the reader, to describe to the reader, or to interest the reader? Why would we have a command word? Think about what I said they mean, and then tick your answer. Okay, it's to tell the reader what to do. That's why we have them. It tells them, now you need to mix this. Now you need to line your tray. Now you need to put it in the oven. It's telling them what to do next. Okay, question 7. Soften the butter in the microwave. Use a low power setting. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit just so that you can see it a little bit clearer. Soften the butter in the microwave. Use a low power setting. Why does the writer use an exclamation mark here? As a warning, as a joke, to help you save energy. So it says, soften the butter in the microwave. Use a low power setting, exclamation mark. Why is he using an exclamation mark there? Have a think of why they'd be doing it. As a warning, as a joke, to help you save energy. Okay, hopefully written as a warning. It's a warning because if you do it on a high setting, the butter's probably going to burn or cook too quickly. So it's a warning to warn you to do it in a low power setting. Question 8. Find and copy the word that tells you to add the ingredients slowly. So we're looking for a word that means that he's adding the ingredients slowly. So I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to have a look at the text. It tells you to add things slowly. I'm going to read through it carefully. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 160 degrees Celsius for a fan oven. Soften the butter in the microwave. Use a low power setting. Cream the butter and sugar in a large bowl. Add the egg yolk and vanilla essence. Mix together the flour, cinnamon, and mixed spice in a separate bowl. Chop the crystallized ginger and then add to the dry ingredients. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients gradually, mixing well. Line a baking tray with greaseproof paper. Place spoonfuls of the dough on the baking tray. Use a wet fork to press each spoonful into a rough biscuit shape. Cook for between 10 and 14 minutes. Leave the biscuits on a wire rack to cool. There was a word there that meant they were adding them slowly. Let's have a look at the sentences that start with add. I think we've got one here. Add the egg yolk and vanilla essence. There's no word there that means slowly. Let's have a look at the one down here. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients gradually, mixing well. Which word there means that you're adding them slowly? Okay, copy it carefully. Hopefully you've chosen the word gradually. If you're doing something gradually, you're doing it slowly. You're doing it carefully and slowly. Okay, sorry if this is hurting your eyes. We're nearly there. Oh, goodness. Okay, question 9. Then we've got question 10 and then we're done. Cook for between 10 and 14 minutes. Why do you think an exact time is not given? Choose 2 options. Oven cooks differently. Different people like their biscuits cook differently. Or the writer doesn't actually know how long they take to cook. Which 2 do you think is going to be the answer for why they say between 10 and 14 minutes? Is it because ovens cook differently? Different people like their biscuits cook differently. Some people might like them softer, some people might like them crunchier, or the writer doesn't actually know how long they take to cook. Have a think. Okay, hopefully the writer who is writing the recipe knows how long they take to cook. So I think it would be the ovens cook differently. So one oven may cook at a higher temperature, though it says the temperature, it might be more powerful oven than another one. And also some people like their biscuits soft and some people like them crunchy. I like soft biscuits, but some people don't like them. Okay, the last question, question 10. If the method had an 11th step, what might it be? Now, I'm not going to tell you the right answer to this one. I want you to answer this yourself and then add it onto your answer that you're going to upload onto Tapestry. If the method had an 11th step, what might it be? Tick 1. To wash all your equipment and tidy the kitchen. Eat and enjoy your Spice Island biscuits. Add some chocolate chips to make them more interesting, or turn off the oven. This is quite tricky because I think it could be a range of those, but I think as long as you can explain why you've given your answer, that's fine. So, question 10, I want you to choose your answer, and then I want you to explain why you have chosen that as your answer. Just in one sentence, why you have chosen that one. then put them onto Tapestry and I'm going to have a look at them, or your class teacher will have a look at them. Good luck. I'll upload another comprehension for tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll see you all on Monday. We're very excited to have you back in school, and I know that a lot of you are very excited to come back into school as well. Good luck with your work, and I'll see you for tomorrow's comprehension tomorrow. Bye, Year 3.